This is Rise and Reign.
Greetings and salutation. This is Rise and Reign, and you are with Yannick Van Punga, the host of the show. And the title of today is How to Satisfy Your Partner. Why is it important? Remember, we had a great class, a master class of 5 series of how to seduce, how to attract, or the science of the female attraction. So if you were there with us, if you studied this science, if you master it, this is the final exams, how to satisfy your partner. This is mainly for men. If you have a relationship, this is something you have to focus and to listen carefully and to apply. It's going to be very knowledgeable, very interesting. Okay? How to satisfy your partner, especially men. This is going to be based on men. How men can satisfy their partners. Okay? After penetration and caresses, there are 3 phases that the man must follow to satisfy his women. These are, the first phase is penetration. The second phase is orgasm. The third phase is resting or rest. Okay? We are going to dive into these phases and understand them. This understanding will make us the master of the bedroom. We're going to be the man that our women will beg us for the sexual relationships. Okay? Because we will know what to do. Not only to satisfy our own ego desire, but to make the woman insane. So be careful and focus on these 3 phases. We're going to start with the first phases. The first phase, which is entitled the penetration phase. Okay? After the caresses, once the woman notices that she has lubricated, she invites the man to penetrate her. Okay? Penetration is done gently and rhythmically, back and forth movement. This is when the woman, when you do the caresses. How to do the caresses? Kissing. You're gently kissing your girlfriend, your wife. Kisses and touching nipples and some touching of the clitorises. A little bit of touching of clitorises. You remember you have to lubrify it first. Touch her breast nicely and gently. And when the woman will notice that she's wet, she will have the tendency to invite you in. You're just gonna sense it that she's ready. Okay? If she don't say anything, you yourself can touch her vagina and see if she's wet. That wetness, it is a form of it's a form of pulling your penis in. Okay? That is the when you as a man can now imagine of penetrating her. Okay? The woman, for her part, must take movements. Left, right, front, back, so as to present the walls of her vagina to the man glands. Okay? So, the man's penetration has to be rhythmic, gentle and rhythmic. First, you penetrate. Okay? Do not go too far. It has to be gentle. Okay? The only few parts of your head of the penis can go through. And then you start by going back in and out gently. Don't go in the first minutes all over. No. Okay? So you back and forth rhythmically, back and forth. Okay? Or also the walls of the vagina. Okay? You're scratching it on the walls of the vagina. back and forth on the walls of the vagina, back and forth on the walls of the vagina. And at that time, the women will, on the other hand, try to dance like she's she's dancing on the also on her own. Okay, that will incite the man. Okay, and then after like few minutes of doing that, like let's say 10 minutes, and then the man can go all through. That's penetration. That's the part of the penetration. Now let's go on the second phase, which is orgasm. Very important phase. Orgasm is the maximum level of sexual pleasure. In the women, orgasm is notable for the following sign. If you want to know that the woman reached orgasm, the first sign there will be a contraction of the muscle of the lower abdomen region. There will be a contraction of the muscle on the lower abdomen region. Okay. Number 2, to have a strong feeling of pleasure in the clitoris. She will have a strong feeling of pleasure on the clitoris and the vagina and the uterus. Those 3 parts, she will have incredible strong feeling of pleasure. Number 3, swelling and engorgement of the lips of the vagina. Remember, the vagina has lips. Okay, there will be swelling and also engorgement, so it will be coming a little bit bigger. That only the lips of the vagina. Okay, that is a sign of her getting orgasm. Retraction of clitoris under its hood. The clitoris will retract. Okay, will retract. That's one of the signs that she has orgasm. Erection of the hair. Okay, or they call it goosebumps. There will be erection of the hair. The hair will stand. She'll feel goosebumps. Okay, that is a sign of orgasm. Number 4, 5. We have erection of the nipples. Okay, the nipples will stand. You see, even when you're caressing her, check the nipples. If the nipples are standing, you're doing a good job. If the nipples are erecting, you're doing a good job. Okay, you'll be erection of the nipples or telotism. Okay, there'll be speed of breathing. Okay, speed of breathing. Okay, of breathing, speed of breathing, and blood pressure. Okay, you notice you start to breathe a little bit faster than normal, and if you touch her heart, the heart there'll be a kind of a blood pressure. Also, the heart will be pumping a little bit faster than normal. That is a great sign that you're doing a good job. Those are signs of orgasm. Appearance of if she's light skin, appearance of redness of a skin or eyes or nose or face. Okay, that's a sign. If somebody's if you're matching up a white girl, her skin will change to red. Okay, it's a great sign. Tightening of the vagina. The vagina will be tighten. That's a great sign. Okay. Female ejaculation. She will also have the female ejaculation. You can notice the drop of white fluid, similar to ours, but it's a little bit like a kind of those who have sex with female will see that. Okay, there's a female erection. There's a white things coming out of the vagina. If you go through, you are pumping, you see that you didn't even come, but there is something like cream or vanilla cream on your penis. That's a female ejaculation. That's secretion of a few drops of liquids. Very important. Those are signs. Okay. Note well. All bodily reactions are very often accompanied by the expression of pleasure. Those expressions of pleasure that mostly you'll see when you're doing it right: screaming, whistling, laughing, hurling, tears of pleasure. Sometimes women cries. Okay, don't stop. And she's crying, ah, mama. Doesn't mean you stop. Like, honey, what did I do wrong? So let me just stop it. No, it means you're doing a good job, right? You have to notice that some of them cry. So do not let her go. Remember, before I go further in this is a semen retention channel. We're here to return our seeds. Okay? If you return your seed properly, you'll find it easy to satisfy your girlfriend or your wife, because the energy you will conceive, it will be easily turn her on. Okay? Remember, sex, it's also metaphysics. Sex is psychology. Sex is, it's a lot of things than only your penis or your vagina. Okay? That's why you have to return your seed. If you don't know how to return your seed, watch our previous videos where we explain in details how to become a returner. It is a capital, it is very crucial of becoming a returner in this planet. It will save you a lot. This channel is dedicated for the returners. This is why most of the titles is always semen retention and the title, to remind ourselves that it is crucial, it is important, as you're rising and reigning in this planet, to be a returner, so that your reign can last forever. Alright? Thank you very much. So let's continue. The question that the person has to ask when you want to satisfy your wife is how to bring your wife or girlfriend to orgasm, because they're not the same. Remember, they're different people. The planets, we have many, so they're different. Even though they're different, they are categorized in 4 different vagina. Women has only 4 different characteristics of vagina. This is where we're gonna base ourselves to understand these 4 parts. Okay? To get back to this question, you first need to know that the type of women you have. In fact, we distinguish only 4 types of women. The first one is clitoral women. The second one is G-spot women. Okay? G-spot or G women. Okay? The third one, we have vaginal women. The fourth one, we have cervical women. So we have 4 types of vagina. 4 types of women with different vagina. Okay? It is possible that one of the women has 1 or 2 different types on her. It's possible. But in general, they are categorized in 4 types. So if you have a girlfriend or a wife, it is capital, it is necessary to know what type of women am I dealing with. What type of women am I dealing with, so that I can be in a position of satisfying her. Because they're not the same. They're not all the same. So if you think they're all the same, this is why you sleep with one woman, the next day she doesn't want to call you anymore. You don't understand. But you sleep with this one, she's keeping calling you, because your nature, your behavior, your way of doing things, it's the way she likes it naturally, without even you realizing it. Okay? Another part, you can have a longer, stronger penis, but you have a different women who, to her, your penis is not the bigger deal, but how you're using it is the bigger deal. So how you're using it according to the head type of vagina. So you could have a stronger and harder penis, but then you meet a woman, the way you done it, it's not her way because you didn't study her at first. So those who are blessed are those who are naturally, the way they do, the way they perform sexually, it's good to the wife they love it naturally. So that naturally things maybe is the one makes them together. So you could naturally find a woman who suits the way you do it. But sometimes you could find a way that the way you do it doesn't suit her much. So that's why you have to listen carefully and understand the strategy. Understand the way to do it so that you can be a great macho man, okay? For these kind of women that I've just named, the 4 of them, they most do not achieve pleasure through penetration of the penis alone. They reach orgasm only if you tenderly touch the clitoris. That is the clitoral women. This is number 1 women. Okay? The number 1 women, the clitoral women. These kind of women, they most do not achieve pleasure through penetration of penis. So if it's penetration of penis, clitoral woman will not feel good. If that is it, the only thing you have is penetration, she won't feel it. But they can reach orgasm by touching tenderly their clitoris. This is why if you find yourself, you have this kind of women, while you penetrating it, you're touching the top, okay? Some oil, some lubricant or just your saliva. You're touching the clitoral area or the clitoris. You're playing with it while in the same time you're penetrating. If you see this is the way she likes it, it means she's a clitoral woman. So you always have to touch the clitoris. Otherwise she won't feel it. Thus it will be necessary to adopt a suitable position. Okay? For example, the gynecologist position. It means you on the top, she's laying, and you, okay, that is a great position. Not doggy style, but missionary or gynecologist position. So that the men arrive to the same time penetration and stimulation of the hands, okay? You are penetrating and also you are stimulating by your hands. Note that if you have these kind of women, do not completely shave on abdomen side. Do not cut your hair. Do not shave it completely, but leave it a little bit so that when it touches sometimes the hair clitoris, the hair will stimulate the clitoris. Will make it insanely crazy. Okay, that is one of the things you have to know. You have to notice, okay, to do that. Okay, now we want to make this 2 parts. I mean, this is the first part of how to satisfy your partner. This is the first part of it. How to satisfy your partner. In conclusion, in resume, okay, we've said that we have 4 phases. We have 3 phases. The penetration phases, the orgasm phases, and the rest phases. We are in orgasm phases, okay? In orgasm phases, we've talked about the signs that shows that a woman is getting orgasm. Very important, okay? We've said that, okay, we've said that there is also certain body reaction, certain like screaming, whistling, shouting, tears, starting to cry, okay? These are the signs, okay? So we talked about also about clitoral women. We said that there is these women's and the women that you need to penetrate. When you're penetrating, you have to touch always the clitoris, and do not shave completely your hair, okay, on the abdominal level. Do not cut it completely. Leave it because it gets contacts. Easy when you get the contacts, the women turns them on. It make them insane, okay? That's the parts. That is the first. That is what we studied in the first part. So now we're gonna go to the second part tomorrow, where we're gonna talk about the G-spot women and the vaginal women, the G-spot women and the vaginal women. And the last one we're gonna talk about the vaginal women. And we're gonna talk about cervical women. That will be the last one. And then we're gonna explain also how to have sex with these types of women. Very important. Thank you very much for being with us in Rise and Reign. I am your host, Yannick Van Pungra, and I hope you like, and I hope you subscribed to this channel, and I hope you've shared and you comment to this channel. Okay, if you didn't do it, you can do it now. And be ready for the second part of how to satisfy your partner, how to satisfy your woman, where you study the tapes of vagina, the different tapes, how to make them okay? It is very crucial how to do it, because you can know how to chase, but you have to know how to cook so that you be happy. You're not being a hunter who hunts, but doesn't know how to cook so that you can eat the meat nicely, okay? So this is what I'm doing. I'm teaching you not only to hunt, but also how to eat it, to cook it, to eat it, to satisfy it in the bedroom. This is your man. This is your great G. This is the man in black, the one who make the researches for you so that you can be the man in the house, so that you can satisfy your partner. This was Rise and Reign. Bye-bye.